All right. Do you guys ever remember when you used to be going to school and you would get the whole big maze that all the teachers would love? Um, who out there? I'm sure that most of you always started at the finish. You know, for me, whenever I got the maze, forget the start line. I always started in the finish and worked my way back and worked my way back. But when you look at life, how many of us approach it that way? You know, how many of us really approach where we want to end up and work a plan backwards? I think that one of the most fundamental things that we want to be able to focus on in our life is freedom. For most of us, we want to live with freedom. We want to have the freedom to travel, the freedom to spend time with our family, or the freedom to be able to make the choices and make the decisions that we want to. But we don't know a number of what will really, really free us. So I hope that this piece here today will give you a better idea of how to be able to sculpt your life, to be able to start working a plan, working backwards, to be able to reach that ultimate goal so you can travel where you want to, you can spend the time that you want to with your family, and you can make the decisions that you want to as well. So one of the things that really opened up my eyes, that really introduced me to a new way of thinking and a new way of being able to live my life, was learning about the cash flow quadrant, which talks about the 4 ways you're able to make money in the world. The first one is an employee. The second one is self-employed. Then we have business owners, and then we have investors, right? Employees, obviously we work for an hour, get paid for an hour, work for a week, get paid for a week. Self-employed is someone, you work for yourself, but you're only getting paid when you're doing work. So a lot of doctors are self-employed, salespeople, lawyers, things like that, okay? Then business owners. Business owners are people that own a system that is making them money, whether they're working or whether they're not working. And investors are people that make money, make money off their own money, okay? So for most of us, what our plan and the plan that we've been sold through being in the American dream over and over and over was go to school, get good grades, work really hard, get a good job. At your job, put as much money as you can into your 401k. Hopefully you have a company that has a good pension to eventually move down here so you can make money off your money. And what that's called retirement. But very few of us know what's the number that we need to shoot for in order to retire. Say we want to be able to have a lifestyle that we are earning $100,000 a year, which I would say at this time and day is a very modest lifestyle. And if you push it 30, 40 years from now, most likely you're gonna have to make $150,000, $200,000 a year in order to support a general lifestyle. And some people are like, no way, there's no way I'd ever have to make $200,000 a year. Look at inflation, look at what was comfortable for your parents 30 years ago, and now look at where things are now, okay? So let's look at this. In order to retire, we need to, we'll say at a modest means, we need $100,000 a year in income to pay our bills, to pay our cars, our home, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And this is the number that we need to know. Now, bigger than this, if our investments can give us 10% interest, that means that we need to be able to save up $1 million. Now, statistics can show how many people are actually accomplishing this. Because if you look at statistics of where Americans are right now today, 95% of college graduates are dead broke, or still working by age 65. Only 5% of people are actually living financially free or financially wealthy. And it can be answered very, very simply here, because it will show that this plan from going employee to investor isn't working. Just not working. We're being sold that plan and everyone's going out and doing that plan. We're working blindly and it's not happening for us. Some people wake up though. Some people wake up and they're like, no, I'm not going to do that. So they work very, very hard at their job. They save as much as they possibly can, and they hop over here to being a business owner because they've always had a dream or an idea, or they always want to work for themselves, whatever it might be. But I personally believe that we are programs of what we do. If you wake up every single morning at 7 a.m., you brush your teeth, you go to the bathroom, it's all the same routine. So if you've been in a routine from the time you started going to school to eat in a cafeteria, be told what you're supposed to by a teacher, hand in your assignments, be given a grade. You go to the job world, you go to your job, you talk to your boss, you go to the cafeteria, you do a mid-year review, and they told you how much you're worth. right? So now you've been told this over and over and over, some cases 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, 40 years, so whatever it might be. And all of a sudden you jump from being an employee to being a business owner. This is why 9 out of 10 startup businesses fail. Businesses don't fail because of a bad idea. Businesses don't fail because of anything other than the person that's running it. Because you've been in a position where you've only had to follow. You've never had to lead. You've never had to lead the most important person in your life, which is you. You've always been told what to do by others to be able to start moving in your life. And all of a sudden when you become a business owner, the only person that can make you move is you. The only person you're accountable to is you. And that's why starting winning businesses fail. And beyond that, imagine putting your whole life savings and taking loans and borrowing from your family members and seeing that dream flush down the toilet 9 out of 10 times. Because there's only 3 ways that you can start up a business in America, which is corporation, a franchise, and the third one, which is what I discovered, which is called network marketing. Right? Corporations take a couple $1 million to start up, if not more. Franchises can take hundreds of thousands of dollars, up to $1.5 million if you open up a McDonald's. Why do a lot of people decide franchise over corporation? Is because you're given a system. You're given a system that works for people, that you just have to come in, pay your money, follow the system, and that's how the franchise works, and that's how the franchise grows. I personally believe that I want to be in something that has unlimited potential and no cap on me. Most franchises are, because they're in brick and mortar, there is a cap, there is a limit of what they can do. So instead of risking $2 million, instead of risking hundreds of thousands of dollars, I encourage people who are open-minded, hardworking, and dedicated to being able to make a better life to take a look at this third one. Take a look at the network marketing industry, because it's going to shoot down a lot of the common failures in traditional business. Because when you get started in network marketing, typically you start part-time on top of what you're already doing. Very little money risk, and what you're really risking is your time and your effort. But through working it part-time, you go from being an employee to all of a sudden you start working for yourself. You start working for yourself and generating customers, and you start getting commissions from that. Those little bit of commissions start to make your lifestyle a little bit easier, make it savings a little bit easier. But once you've started to get a few customers, you can start to be able to share with people how they can get customers as well. And this is where it gets exciting, because now you went from being self-employed to now being the business owner in the network marketing industry. You became a leader. You started leading and training a team and an organization to generate customers. Through those customers, you start developing a residual income. Sometimes it starts out small, of $2,000 per month. Sometimes it goes up to bigger, to $10,000 per month. And for some of us, it's even gone much further than that, hundreds of thousands of dollars per month. But let's look at that compared to our traditional 401k that we're all looking to be able to finish with. If you compare this, developing $2,000 a month in residual income in the network marketing industry is like saving $250,000 in your 401k. $10,000 per month, over $100,000 a year, is like saving $1 million in your 401k. So my question for you is, would you be willing to put in part-time effort to start developing an incredible business that you could work backwards of how much you want to live off of, and then work on developing the customer base to generate this for you, where you don't have to depend on the stock market, or you don't have to depend on someone else's plan. So the moment that I opened up my network marketing business, and the moment that I started working my network marketing business with my wife, my best friends, and continue to expand and grow, was the first day that I started to feel fully in control of who I am and what I wanted to accomplish in my life. And I wish that dream upon anyone who's looking to make a difference in their life and be able to share this with them as well. So if you're watching this, have a quick look, look through it again, look into the information. And definitely talk to the person that sent you this video, and they'll be able to help you out. So take care, guys. Talk to you soon.